Hello again and welcome to March West Junction Term D, and I'm Andy. And today we're going to have a look at this loco my wife got me for Christmas, and it's the Bachmann 37, but it's not the latest one. It's the old tooling, and I thought I'd share with you why I think they should re-release these because of the price, and use this tooling to help people like myself that hasn't got the massive budgets to pay over £200 for one of these locos. So grab yourself a drink and we'll have a look over at the workbench. Okay, we're over at the workbench, and this is my Bachmann 37 that the wife got me, and as you can see, that's the number 32-792, and it's a class 37046 in the grey and yellow livery, which is commonly known as the Dutch livery. Usual Bachmann packaging, so we'll just quickly get all this out. I won't go through the instruction leaflet because everyone knows what the Bachmann information is. It's nothing new. And this again is in the clamshell type packaging, which is what they usually provide. Before we go any further though, I'll just show you it's got the etch plates, so the depot plaques and the BR signs, and then it comes with snow plows and the pipe fittings and some dummy couplings as well. So taking it out the box, sorry, the clamshell part of the box packaging, and there we have it. I love this livery. I think it's one of my favourite liveries, the Dutch livery. I've got many models in this livery as well, 33s. I've got a 31, the dreaded Hornby 31 that the chassis suffered with mazat rot, and I really like this. I think it's attractive livery. Like I said before in one of my videos, I'm interested in all the engineer stuff, and overall I think it's a nice looking loco. It's the split head code. It's got a little man inside as well. Now obviously this is not the latest generation from Bachmann, so it hasn't got all the chains and all the finer detail, but like Dave at Dean Park says, they still stand up well with the 47s, with the new stuff that's coming out. So it is quite an attractive model. It's got separately fitted lamp brackets and that, and the detail I think is excellent. It suits me, the detail. Now this was £125, just under, from my local model shop, and that's where the debate starts now. Now a Cura scale, £170, 169.95 I think they are. They're doing these in DC, and I think that's really good price, and you get all the extra detail. So I can't still get my head round why Bachmann don't re-release this under a slightly different brand, and do it at the sort of prices that will be cheaper than a Cura scale, because I'd still buy them around the £125, £130 mark that the retailers sell them at. And there's got to be a market out there, because not all of us can afford these. In the new deluxe version of these, the new tooling, they're over £200 and over £300 for the sound, and it's just way beyond what I think I want to pay. I'd rather buy a couple of these than one of them, if you get what I mean. And if I want a high detailed one, I'll just basically go to a Cura scale. I've got a 37 from a Cura scale. If you buy more than one, you get another 10% discount, and it's free postage as well, direct, which is, I don't advise doing that in the sense that you've got to support your local model shop, hence why this is in front of you. I asked my wife to get it. I could have purchased it a little bit cheaper from other shops. I think someone was doing it for £119, but I want to support my local model shop, so I've gone there. Well, I've asked her to go there and pick it up for me. And probably what I paid in postage would have been the same anyhow. But like I say, at Curascale, they can afford to do them that cheap for the equivalent to the deluxe version at Bachmann. I think Bachmann's taking the mick, really. And I know I'm going to get a few comments knocking this video, but at the end of the day, this hobby has got to be affordable. And I feel now it's at a stage where you can't afford to do it. And I do this out of my hobby money and presents and things like that. Years ago, I used to have, every time a 37, 47, 46, 45 come from Bachmann, I used to buy it because I could afford to do it. But now, with the cost of living and things getting tighter, I can't afford to do these steep prices now. So I'm more selective with what I buy. Now, hey-oh, there is people out there that can afford them, and fair play to them. But it's like, I know people in this hobby that are selling trains so they could have the latest model, which is great. But it's a shame that they can't have the original ones in their collection, which are just as good. You know, and it's good that they're superseding them and getting the detail there, but do you really see all the underside detail when it's going round your track? I think I don't. I struggle to see it. When it's going past and the fan's not going round, it doesn't detract from the model. Like Iron Horse Railway said, do we need everything? Can we still look at budget models? I mean, Hornby do their railroad range, and all right, they're ex-Lima. I've got a few of the 66s. I've got 173 because it's in the Pullman livery, which I like. But you know, they are very basic, and I just wish Bachmann would do the same and re-release this tooling. And at a better price. Now, I know people are going to knock me. Prices have gone up and things like that in China. But I just want to put something in perspective. I work in the steel industry, doing design and things like that, for purchasing machines, designing tooling and that. I had a quotation this week for £30,000 for a machine to produce big 500mm wide panels, and it was 30 grand. Obviously there's import tax and shipping, so I'm probably looking at a project of about 75 grand. Now in that you have a massive decoiler powered, a rolling machine with roll tooling. The tooling alone in the UK for the rolls would be touching the 70 grand mark on its own. Then there's a cut off at the end with a big press tool, and run out facility as well at the end for the products coming off. Now, when I hear these comments about, oh, injection moulding tooling is really expensive, it is in the UK. I bought an injection moulding tool before Christmas, and I paid 28 grand for it. And it was a big injection moulding tool in the UK. So, but in pro rata, when you look what they can do in China and the prices, I disagree. Container prices have come down, shipping costs have come down, and there's less in this than deluxe model. You haven't got the funny windows. I don't like the oil effect on the windows. I just don't think it looks right. I've never seen a class 37 or 47 that gives me that impression. It's got that on the windows. Chains, things like that, that's extra to fit. And all the extra detail inside that they're fitting and on the underframe, it's not on these models. They are more basic, but to a standard which I think is acceptable for what I want. It's got nice little separately fitted handrails, lamp brackets, working directional lights. Sound is not too bad, but everyone that has the sound, they change the speakers and they change the chips as well. The majority of people. So what we're doing, guys, you know, we could do with a mid-range cost loco from Bachmann, I think. If you agree or disagree, please put a comment below, and it'd be interesting to see what everyone else's thoughts. But I agree with Iron Horse Railway. We've gone too far with detail. My class 37 from a Fishguard, beautiful, detailed, well detailed model, but I'm forever fitting parts back on it because of the handling, because I take it off the track, put it back on the track, put it in the box, out the box, and it's that delicate now, whereas I feel with these I don't have an issue. The only issue sometimes you get with these, you can, if they've got an aerial there, you sometimes bend it, but other than that I don't have an issue. I really don't. And I think this is what we need in the marketplace for around the £125 mark. They used to do it at that price, and I know that when they were doing it at that price, container price was high and there was complaints about tooling costs and things like that. Well, this has paid for itself in tooling costs, and I think they ought to take a leaf out of Hornby's book, use some of the older tooling, put it down a factory production line, and do an in-between range that people like myself and younger people can afford. As you all know, I'm a member of the Worley Club. Young members at the Worley Club are still running old Hornby, old Lima, second-hand models, because that's all they can afford. And it's a shame, really. It's an absolute shame, because we're not encouraging the kids to come on in this industry. So that's my rant over, really. It's not much of a rant, but it's just my opinion. And I know it's a different opinion to a lot of people, but I think to preserve this hobby, we just need to have our own options, and not just an expensive one or a really cheap one. I think we need something that's middle of the road. Okay, that brings me to the end of this video, and there's the class 37 in Dutch livery on the layout, and I think it looks quite nice. I think for its price it's well detailed, and it's a nice runner as well. I've got, as you can see in between some of the clips in this video of me talking, there's some running shots, and like I say, hopefully someone might hear me out there and say, yes, we need a mid-range priced models. So thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate your support as well by taking the time out to watch my videos. If you have enjoyed this, then hit the thumbs up button, and share with your friends and colleagues as well if you think they're interested in this video. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button, it's free, and the bell icon, and you'll be notified when I do my next video. And all I've got to say is keep safe, and I'll see you again at the next video. Goodbye for now.